Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wadeen Gymnasium for today's home opener here for the men's basketball program at UMPI. They will host University of New England out of Biddeford, Maine. The Nor'easters enter with a record of 2-4. UMPI enters with a record of 4-2, off to their best start in a decade since the 2014-2015 season. I'm Ricky Goupel. I'll be your play-by-play today. And it should be a good day for basketball this Sunday after Thanksgiving. People slowly starting to file in. Got a decent crowd on tap. And two teams that like to score the basketball. UNE goes into this game averaging 85.5 points per game. UMPI enters averaging 78.3 points per game. UMPI is third in the North Atlantic Conference in scoring. UNE second in the Conference of New England in scoring. And these teams like to shoot the ball. UNE, 43.8% from the field. That's sixth in their conference. UMPI, 46.3%. Nobody is better than them in the North Atlantic Conference right now shooting the ball. And the Owls will look to do the same here and get some shots up for the first time this season in front of the home crowd. Had a tough stretch to start the year. 6 away games, 2 were neutral site, but 6 games on the road. And have had an uphill battle, but off to, as I mentioned, their best start in a decade. And definitely a harder schedule than it was 10 years ago when they did start 4-2. Than it was a decade ago. The Owls had a couple NESCAC opponents on their schedule. They opened up at USM, fell in that game by 4 points, 100-96 in a shootout. Then they had UMaine Augusta, won that game. Then they beat MCLA and Paul Smith's College to make it 3 in a row, and then they fell to Bowdoin, a NESCAC team, and then they defeated Bates, a NESCAC team. So a tough schedule to start the year for the Owls, and they are in a great spot at 4-2. Just a couple more games, and they'll start their conference schedule, 3 more to be exact. They have UNE today, of course, and then UMFK on Wednesday, Fisher College next Saturday, 6 days from today, and then finally they will start with Husson and Farmington to close out their first semester of action. But they're playing their best ball that they could ask for here early in the season. We've seen them in years past with a bit of growing pains early on. A couple years ago they started, I don't remember exactly the record, probably 1-7, 1-8 in that range. A really slow start. 2-11, I think, eventually is what they fell to before rattling off a bunch of wins in a row and finishing that season very strong. Made it all the way to the next semifinal that year before falling to UMaine Farmington. That was 2022-2023. And last year, more of the same. Started off slow, lost a lot of close games. The Owls have been able to close out games this year. And just the one close loss to USM, an 8-point loss to Bowdoin, and a 10-point victory at Bates. But other than that, most of their wins are an 8-point victory at Paul Smith's College. But other than that, I mean, they've been pretty relatively stress-free for their standards, usually used to being in tight games down the stretch, and the Owls have been able to close out games, keep the lead once they've taken it, and we'll look to do the same here today as they host UNE. As far for the Nor'easters, Ed Silva, they are coached by in his 13th season, has endured a couple of tough seasons. A couple years ago, just 2 wins, but they are definitely a program on the up. Last year improved to 8-17, failed to qualify for their conference postseason, but they are definitely a program that is on the upward trajectory. They started 2-4 this year, defeated Thomas on the opening night, and fell to USM by 1 point, fell to MMA by 3, fell to Salve Regina by 7, beat New England College by 14, and then lost to Dean by 17. But they've had some close games as well. 3 games for the Nor'easters have been decided by 1 possession. They are 1-2 in those 3, and 4 of them have been decided by 7 points or less. They are 1-3 in those games. So kind of like the UMPI teams of the past where they've struggled to close out close games. That's kind of UNE right now. They could easily be 4-2 if different things went their way. A couple of plays away from being this identical record with the UMPI Owls. So we're just about set here for pregame as the teams finish warm-ups. Our officials today will be Mr. Allen, Mr. DePatsy, and Mr. Meter. Alessandro Marquin will have starting lineups in a second here. And we'll have the national anthem, the starting lineups, and we'll get going here for this opening day, the Sunday after Thanksgiving, first day of December, the Advent season, Christmas season, holiday season, whatever you celebrate. We are nearing that time of year, and just a couple weeks left in this first semester for these two teams before the hands-off policy takes effect, and then they will get back together after the new year. But both teams trying to improve and finish this semester on a high note, and it starts today.
say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
A 6'3" guard from Hebron, Connecticut. Number 14, Jimmy Cullen. A 6'4" Adrell, Maine. Number 20, Adam Lux. And now for your University of Maine at Presque Isle. A 6'5" forward from West Palm Beach, Florida. Number 1, Doug McCullough. A 6-foot guard from St. Petersburg, Florida. Number 2, Ock McMichael. A 6-foot guard from Mattapan, Massachusetts. Number 8, Miles Jones. A 6'4" guard from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Number 12, Dwayne Williams. A 6'3" guard from Clearwater, Florida. Number 23, Gilbert Jean Mendez. The Owls are coached by Dan Kane, assisted by Mark Knight. Nor'eathers are coached by Ed Silva, assisted by Joe Diego, Tyler Clark, and Ben Milberg. Our officials are Mr. Allen, Mr. DePatsy, and Mr. Meter. Thank you and good luck to both teams.
So those were your starting lineups and the national anthem, along with a sidetrack to the wrong song that played before the national anthem. So I apologize for that. That was me. But we were about ready to go here for the home opener of the men's program here at University of Maine at Presque Isle. Teams break the huddles. Also under Marquin had the starting lineups. If you missed them, for UNE it's Jaden Thornton, Adrian Torres, Zach Boulay, Jimmy Holland, and Adam Lux. For the Owls, it'll be their usual 5, Doug McCullough, Aki McMichael, Miles Jones, Dwayne Williams, and Gilbert Jean Mendez. The Owls will win the tip as Doug McCullough elevates over Lux, and the Owls will have the first possession. McCullough underneath Mendez at the restricted area, trying to go up and over his man. It's pulled down by Lux of UNE, so it's a one and done for the Owls. But a good look there for UMPI. They'll swing it around the perimeter, inside or down into the corner. Up top, Boulay puts it on the floor, he drives. Will create some separation, elevates for a jumper, no good. Then Jones couldn't corral the rebound. Clock. So 30 and change into this one. Catch and shoot here for Lux is no good. The Owls will get away with that one. They'll push now. Jones, Euro in the lane. Tough shot, no good. And Lux, another rebound for him. He averages 4.5 a game. He's going to be over that today probably. Here's a 3-point shot on the way by Zach Boulay, and he will start things off. to make it 3-0 Nor'easters. Mendez drives, kicked out Dwayne Williams. He goes baseline. A tough spot, they'll have to pull back out. 12 on the shot clock. Jones swung to Gene Mendez, now underneath with McCullough. He elevates, jump shot, no, and a rebound by Boulay. Boulay gonna try another three up top, was feeling it, it's around and out. And had a great look, the Owls left him open. And UMPI will now have a chance to get on the board here. 18-25 first half. McMichael goes. He's been the leading scorer. A rebound, putback shot is good. McMichael had some great performances early on in the year. He is averaging 17.3 a game to lead the Owls. Torres, the leader for UNE by a slim margin over Adam Lux, who also averages 17. Torres 17.7. Here's a three on the way from Thornton, no, and the rebound by Doug McCullough. UNE a 32.7 as a team from bonus distance. Swung around, McCullough, he'll try a three, looking for his second of the year, and he does. He was 1 for 8 at that point going into that shot, and he makes it 2 for 9 on the season. Out into the corner, up top. Torres drives, the leading scorer for the Nor'easters. Now underneath, Thornton is rejected there. And the Owls will pull it away. McCullough, that is, can't corral it, but Gene Mendez is there to rescue him after he regains it. Gene Mendez, baseline, splits a pair of defenders, no. Put back attempt, also no. And then a collision on the rebound action, it will go against Dwayne Williams. So the first foul of the game goes against Dwayne Williams there, colliding with Zach Boulay. It looks like he had some blood on him, so he will exit. First sub of the game, Cacao Ray James in for UNE. Here's a triple on the way. No good, that was Jimmy Holland. A lot of threes put up in the early goings here for UNE. McMichael, they find him up ahead, can't get the layup to go. And the Owls a little bit cold to start from the field for the best statistical field goal percentage team in their conference in the first 6 games of the year. Up ahead, Williams. He finishes the hoop in the harm for Dwayne Williams. And that'll end the brief scoring drought and tie the game at 5. So Williams to the line. The Owls 6th in the conference in free throw percentage as a team, but Williams himself 2 for 5 on the year. Limited trips to the line. He misses that one, and it's 7-3. Shot put up there, no good. Tipped around for the rebound. Doug McCullough will pull it down. They look to push. Getting a hand on it there was Holland. And UNE creates a turnover as they tried to go quick. Nor'easters very good in the turnover department. As the Owls get a stop there, but first in their conference in steals, first in turnover margin. Also averaged 23.7 a game off turnovers. Nice use of the glass there by Jones, and a timeout called by Coach Silva. It'll be a 30-second timeout with 15:55 to go in the first. The Owls lead 7-5. out of the timeout. We sort out the scoring. It's actually 9-3 UMPI, as a couple of confusing points in there in the early part of the game, the first 4 minutes or so. The Owls lead by 6, as just the 3 by, that was Zach Boulay, who started the game. It's been a 9-0 run since for UMPI. UNE with possession out of the timeouts. Drive there by Cacao Ray James, and he converts. Make it 9-5. McCullough, Gene Mendez up top, back to McCullough, has a 3 already. He's going to try another one, has some space, too strong off the back iron. And UNE will pull it down. Torres converts his first points of the day, 9-7. So a quick mini run, a good timeout by Coach Silva. Underneath Saquon, Carswell is fouled. So he'll have 2 shots. Bryce Lawrence going to be the first sub for UMPI in this one. So it is 9-7. Carswell misses the first. Bryce Lawrence will be in for Jones, Miles Jones, who's had a good start, good strong start to the year for UMPI. A very influential leader on the court for the Owls is Jones. Carswell splits the pair, and it's 10-7 UMPI. Here's Torres. He drives, stops the side of the lane, kicks out. Now swung down into the corner. Cacao Ray James. He slips and falls. Ball is loose, and let's see, it'll just go over to UMPI. So it's an unforced turnover there. Just kind of loses his footing there, Cacao Ray James, and the Owls will catch a break out of it. UMPI leads by 3. McCullough, now Lawrence, back to Gene Mendez. Spinning there by McMichael, around and out. Up ahead, Torres loses it, and there's an unforced error again. The Owls get a steal. Up ahead, Lawrence will kick out to McMichael. A catch and shoot from the corner is true, and Aki McMichael will drain a 3 right in front of the students, but the Owls don't get back. Up ahead, Boulay, his layup doesn't go, and UMPI catches a break there as UNE almost beat him in transition. The Owls still looking to press here, or push it, that is. Underneath, Carswell. He tries a shot, no good. His defender straight up and down, had the advantage there, but cannot get the layup to go. Owls lead is by 6. Up ahead, Torres will be fouled, and he will go to the line, so that'll end the madness for the time being. And a foul will go on Carswell. Jones is going to come back in for McMichael. Owls just getting into that full court man, and it's caused UNE some troubles here early on. And it's in, catch and shoots, no good. Jones pulls down the board. He rips it away from his teammate. Miles Jones up ahead. Lawrence, nice pass to Carswell, but I don't think Carswell was ready for it. And a good look there for UMPI. Lawrence always looking for that extra pass. Connor Curcio is in. James Yamashita is in for UMPI. Curcio for UNE. The team's going 2 or 3 deep already. 13.5 into it. Underneath, Torres tries. Nice defense by McCullough. Up ahead, Lawrence on the right side. Now back to Miles Jones and back to McCullough. A little shake and bake. He stops baseline J. It's too strong. And Doug McCullough tried creating his own space there. A decent shot, but couldn't get it to fall. Alicia Moreno is the next sub in for UMPI. McCullough. Lawrence, now Carswell, back to Lawrence on the give and go. He drives all the way to the rim. Nice take by Bryce, but a rebound by Saquon Carswell is good on the second effort. The Owls off to a good start now, up by 8. Even though they've had a couple of missed opportunities. Stolen away by UMPI. Getting their hands in everything right now. Carswell up ahead. That'll be a player control, and it's an easy call. As Saquon Carswell a little out of control in the drive there. And I believe that was Holland stepping in to take the charge. It was Holland that drew that. A good 2-3 feet above the restricted area there. And as I look at the replay, but so that's 2 on Carswell, I believe, in the early on. Shot by Kakare James is good. That'll end the drought for the time being. UMPI still looking to push, running a fast-paced style. Here's Alish Moreno, gets rid of it. Now to Miles Jones. Swung to Yamashita, a catch and shoot. James Yamashita buries a triple. Fan favorite. Makes it 18-9. The Owls double up UNE here. First 8 minutes and 10 seconds or so. Nor'easters underneath. Kakare James around and down. And he's got a couple of buckets. And they get to double digits. The Owls will have to settle into an offense now, unable to push this time after the make. Catch and shoot. Moreno is short off the front iron, rebounded by Jones. Now Lawrence, he drives, loses it, but Moreno's in the right spot. They say it's clean and it'll just go out of play. Over to UNE. Williams is going to be in. He's in for Moreno. Shot James looking for his third field goal. And Jones pulling down the boards right now for UMPI. Lawrence to Carswell to the rim. Nice sharing of the basketball as they go Yamashita, Lawrence, Carswell for the bucket. Hesitation move. Torres in the lane. The runner is good. So the scoring starting to pick up here the last couple minutes or so. Fast-paced sequence. Yamashita has a 3 already, gets it inside to Carswell. He's going to try to back down his defender, and it goes. Saquon Carswell over Jimmy Holland. This time Carswell gets the benefit of the doubt there after the charge call last take he had. Kakare James wants another, and he gets it. He becomes the leading scorer for UNE here with 8 points. Shot up by Williams, no good. He's the Owls' three-point shooter through and through, and can't get that one to fall. UMPI with a couple of threes, McMichael and Yamashita early on, as we are just about halfway through this first half of play. Underneath, Curcio is stripped, and Williams will pull it down for UMPI. Jones, hesitation, he'll elevate into a shot from the elbow, and it rattles out. Curcio. Sorry, that's Torres. They kick out. Boulay. Now Holland's crossover move. Gets some space. Williams plays catch-up, and he'll be booked for a foul. And I believe that's his second with 9:42 in the first. So there'll be 2 shots coming up for Jimmy Holland. Gilbertine Mendez back in. In and out of the first. So Gene Mendez back in. He's in for Williams now with the 2 fouls. 7-point lead for the Owls. Holland trying to cut into that and split the pair here. And he will be able to do so. 22-16 is your score with 9:40 to go. Doug McCullough ready to come back in, as is Aki McMichael. The Owls going deep here in this first half. Tough pass there as Mendez finds Lawrence. They keep it alive. Back to Gene Mendez. He goes baseline, tries dishing it back to a teammate. Good defense by UNE. They'll pull it away. Up ahead, on the floor now. It's Lux. He's stripped on the way up. The Owls pull it away, and they'll push the floor. A one-on-one, Gene Mendez. And that's going to be a blocking foul this time against Zach Boulay. Could have gone either way unless Boulay was in the restricted area. I'll get a second look here, but it'll be 2 free throws for Gene Mendez as the 2 subs await for UMPI. And I believe that is the right ruling. I think he had a heel on the line there. Boulay did. And Gene Mendez makes the first. The 2 subs will enter. So that one was very close to being another player control foul against UMPI, and instead they get the block. The Owls just lead by 7 here. 9:14 to go. And Gene Mendez goes 2 for 2, a successful trip there for UMPI, who is otherwise middle of the pack as far as free throws go. Slipping and falling there, and it's just going to have to go down as a travel. A tough break there as Holland loses his footing. That's a couple times now we've seen UNE lose their footing in the lane. Kakaure James did it earlier, not quite the same spot, but Gene Mendez over to McMichael, inside McCullough, stops, working around at the block. He elevates over Holland, no good. Decent look, and Curcio will pull it away for UNE. Crosses the timeline, up ahead, back to Holland in the short corner. Kick out Lux for 3 from the wing, yes! And Adam Lux is able to bury a triple in the first 3, I think, since the first basket of the game for UNE, and they cut it to 5. The Owls have been in control the whole way. Inside, Jones to McCullough. Too strong, Jones the follow-up, still too strong, tipped around. And McCullough dives for it, a great effort. Lux pulls it away for UNE. Up ahead, nice up and under. What a layup by Jaden Thornton. And they cut it to 3, unbelievable take there. Jones on the other end, straight up and down they signal, and no whistle for contact. Up ahead, UNE, pace really picking up. That will be a player control foul against Zach Boulay as he lowered the shoulder into Aki McMichael. Good job taking the charge. Charlie Mellick will be in for his first minutes here for UMPI, along with Kakaure James back in and Adrian Torres. But, man, we can all catch our breaths here, as that's been a very fast-paced, high-octane game. Both teams like to play that style, obviously. Come On Power is in for the first time for the Nor'easters. 3-point lead for the Owls. Have not surrendered the lead since they took it at 5-3 in the first couple minutes. Miles Jones down to McMichael. He stops at the right wing. Gene Mendez up fake, will drive, nonchalant take by 23, and he finishes, and that is his bread and butter. The nonchalant look. 26-21. Here's Power, his first touch, and he makes a tough basket as he falls into the floor there, and the 2 trade hoops. 7:26, just the one timeout taken in this game. It was early on by UNE. Mellick will try a corner 3. It's tipped in the air. Power ends up in the 5th row. They'll pull it away. Jones intercepts the pass like a cornerback, and we continue to go back and forth here. Jones stops in the lane, gives it to McMichael, elevates into a jump shot. No good. Rebounded by UNE. Looks like they'll slow it down finally in the backcourt here. But it's been an action-packed few minutes. Game didn't start out exactly that way, and then it certainly picked up. 3-point lead for the Owls. Chance for UNE to cut it to 1 or tie it. Power loses it, but they regain it with Kakaure James. Into the corner, 9 on the shot clock. The bench lets them know. Another slippage there. Thornton kicks out. A 3, a long 2 that'll be. And a foul as Miles Jones contacts Jaden Thornton. So a timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second timeout for UMPI. 6:36 to go, a 3-point lead for the Owls. 6:36 to go. Pair of free throws upcoming for UNE after Jones fouls Torres in the act of shooting. Torres 57.1% from the charity stripe on the season, makes that one. A chance to get back within one for the first time in a while for UNE. And it rounded down. So 26-25. UNE has won the last couple minutes here. Jones to Melik. Back to Gene Mendez. He crossing over. Kicks it away. A skip pass to McMichael. He drives. Defenders close out. Will create his own space. Scoop layup with the left hand is no good. James pulls down the board. And he blows by Melik, but Melik plays catch-up, and they'll have to reset. Power up top has an impressive layup already. And you see several players on this end of the floor losing their footing. That'll be a traveling violation against Jaden Thornton. But a couple of full-on slips and falls, and then a couple other times close calls where they've been able to keep the dribble, but interesting that it is like that. The floor seems to be relatively clean. I'm not sure. We'll see if the Owls struggle with it in the second half. But we haven't seen anything over to the right side of your screen as far as slipping. McMichael works it around to Melik. Stops at the elbow, kicked out, and a dribble drive here. 8 on the shot clock. McCullough going to just turn and shoot, and he gets the friendly rim as McCullough makes a much-needed bucket for UMPI. Ends the run for the time being. Up ahead. Blocked by McMichael. That was Torres trying to finish. McMichael will give it to Gene Mendez. Up ahead, Melik has a look at the rim, and he lays it in. Charlie Melik, a good shot. So a quick 4-0 run for the Owls out of the timeouts after the 2 free throws. Almost a travel there by Torres. Lux now back to Thornton for 3, and he cans it. 30-28, so the team's trading blows. Jaden Thornton with the triple. He's a good three-point shooter, near 50% on the year. Well, now 50%, 8 for 16. Melik takes it to the rim, almost gets the roll as it goes around and comes out. James pulling it away. Thornton going to try another one. This one from the corner, too strong. Rebounded by Gene Mendez. 4:38 to go in the first half. A 2-point Owls lead. Melik hands it off. Gene Mendez, a 3 from the top. That's his shot. Slightly offset to the right, but it's no good. Up ahead, James. Nice pass from Torres, and he ties the game at 30. So the Nor'easters have come all the way back since trailing almost wire to wire here. So tied at 30 apiece. McCullough over to Melik. They'll let him play on. He takes it to the rim. No good. Could have been a foul call as soon as he put it on the floor. That's what Coach Kane is wondering. Up ahead, they kick out to James. Lux up top. Now Power. Under 4 minutes. James and back to Torres. Lux, a catch and shoot from the top, around and out. So some more threes put up in the last couple minutes here for UNE. Up ahead, Gene Mendez can't get the layup to go. Their Euro step in the lane, and UNE will pull it away. A chance to take the lead. Up ahead, Torres, no good. Nice follow by Lux. Nobody found him. And a timeout called by Coach Silva as his team is on a big run right now to retake the lead, 32-30 with 30 seconds to go. Or 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go. It's a full timeout from Coach Silva. 3.5 to go, 2-point lead, Nor'easters. 2-point lead for UNE after starting the game 3-0 on the three by Zach Boulay. They hadn't led since then, and now they do here in the closing minutes of this first half. Jones to Gene Mendez. The Owls out there with their starting five. McCullough tries a 2-point shot in the lane there. Sorry, 4 of the starting 5. Carswell's out there for UMPI off the bench. Power cannot get the layup to go. Other way, nobody found Gene Mendez. Nice take to the rim. They tie it back up. Gilbert Gene with the reverse layup. A drive here by Holland. He kicks out. Thornton. Then back to Torres. Jab step, wanted a travel call. Underneath Lux, tough angle, trying to work around McCullough. He strips him, and a good job by Doug McCullough. Mendez wants another bucket in transition, blocked by Holland. But the Owls get it back. Underneath Gene Mendez, Carswell, the layup is good, and they retake the lead after that insane chase down block by Holland. Jimmy Holland earned every bit of that stat. Lux, back to him, left wing. Hesitates, crossing over, spinning. Holland, no good. Gets his own rebound. Kicks out. Adam Lux wants another 3 off the front iron. And no good. McMichael up ahead for UMPI. Relatively limited in this one. Underneath, there'll be a foul against Carswell, and he'll have 2 free throws. As Aukie McMichael found him underneath, they had to play catch up and get him in the arm. So Carswell with a pair here. 3 for 8 on the line on the air. Certainly wants to improve on that mark on this trip, and he gets the roll on the first. 3-point lead for the Owls. Quick 5-0 run to take back the advantage. Yamashita in for Gene Mendez. 2:03 to go in the first. So Carswell with a good start to this day. He leads the Owls with 10 points. And he splits the free throw pairing there. 3-point lead for UMPI. Curcio into the front court. Up to Lux. Swung to come on Power. He drives. Power backing down McMichael. A little bit of an advantage. Trying to go up and under. No good. And the Owls get the one and done there. UMPI doing a great job cleaning up the defensive glass. Underneath, Carswell wants another, and he gets it. He's continuing to lead the Owls in scoring here in this first half. 1:35 to go. They lead by 5. Crossover move. Torres can't finish. Another rebound for UMPI, but there'll be a travel as Carswell got caught between a pass and a dribble. And he does a little hop. Good catch by the official there, but an unforced error. Carswell says, my bad. They get it in, they'll put 20 on the shot clock. Interesting, it's not 30 as Carswell definitely had possession. Here's a 3, no good, rebounded by Yamashita. McMichael. Nothing doing, no call there on the contact. Underneath, Carswell wants another. He falls to the ground hard, but he is working hard underneath there for the Owls, using his physicality. Lux trying to go baseline around McCullough. Will have to pull back out to Curcio. The right wing. Now under a minute, a steal by Jones, who jumped into the passing lane. Up ahead, he finds McMichael. Up and over Power, no good. And pulled down there by Henry Stewart. His first minutes here for UNE. Now Curcio, right wing, underneath the post entry to Lux. Trying to work around McCullough, loses it, but gets it back. Now with Torres, lobs it back to Lux. 38 seconds. Here's a 3, Curcio tries, no good, and it'll just go away unharmed. 32.9 to go. UMPI basketball here. They can effectively hold for one, as there will only be a 2-second differential between the shot and the game clock. McCullough is fouled. McCullough inbound, sideline into Jones. 25 on the game clock, 20 on the shot clock. Yamashita catch and shoot. He's fouled, and he'll have 2 free throws here with 19.6. Yamashita gets the second to go. 6-point lead for UMPI. Shot clock off. UNE can hold for 1. Torres will take his time here at midcourt. The Owls will set up. UNE going to try to run a play here. 5 to shoot. Nice crossover. Torres to the rim. He finishes as time expires. But the Owls will go into the locker room with the 5-point lead. 39-34 is your score. And an action-packed first half. Both teams liking to push the ball, had some helter-skelter at times, but UNE took back the lead at 32-30. The Owls closed out the half on a strong note to maintain their lead by 5. We'll step away for 15 minutes. Don't go far. The second half will be right here in that time. Back here at Wadeen Gymnasium on the campus of University of Maine at Presque Isle. I'm Ricky Goupel bringing you the play-by-play today. Anthony Searles on camera doing our pregame graphics as well, doing a good job up there. 39-34 is your lead. The Owls in front by 5. We'll go down through some scoring numbers here in the first half. Cacao Ray James led UNE with 10. Adrian Torres had 8. Jaden Thornton had 5. Adam Lux had 5. And then Jimmy Holland had 1. Come On Power had 2, and Zach Boulay had 3 for their total of 34. Then on side for the Owls, they're led by Saquon Carswell with 12. James Yamashita had 5. Aki McMichael had 5. Doug McCullough had 5. Gilbert Jean Mendez had 6. Charlie Mellick had 2, and Miles Jones had 2. And the Owls off to a solid start today. They led most of that first half before UNE had a run to come back and take a slim 2-point lead, but then UMPI closed out the second half very strong. A theme that they have been able to do that much better this season in the first half of the season as compared to last year. And UMPI certainly in good position right now, leading by 5. So the final seconds will tick off of warm-ups. UMPI again with that 5-point advantage. And we saw a very fast-paced first half as both teams liking to push. Both teams score a lot of points. Again, mentioned UNE averaging 85.5, UMPI averaging 78.3. And certainly you get those numbers by scoring, by pushing the ball a lot. UNE scored 90 against Thomas. They scored 88 against Salve Regina. They scored 95 against New England College. UMPI scored 96 against USM, 90 against UMA, 86 against Paul Smith before a down game at Bowdoin with 53 that definitely drives their average down. But they're third in the North Atlantic Conference, the Owls are, in points per game. First in margin, averaging +8 over their opponents, outscoring their opponents on average by 8 every game. UNE in very close games average -0.3 throughout both teams' 6 games into this season. So here we go, UNE with the first possession of the second half. Boulay gets rid of it to Lux. He tries to go right side, and now will step back into a 3. No good. And Owls get a stop. 1 and done. Jones with the rebound. McCullough stops in the lane, elevates. Jump shot is good. See him miss a couple of those in the first half, but good to see him knock that one down, get back trending in the right direction. So the Owls open up this second half now with a 7-point lead up top. They swing. Back to Boulay at the top of the key. Now Holland, he drives into the lane. Up and over Dwayne Williams. No good, tipped in the air. And fighting for the rebound. Pulled down. And a jump ball. We'll have the first tie-up of the game. So it will favor the Owls. As UNE had the first possession of this half, UMPI gets the tie-up, and we'll have the arrow here. McMichael over to Jones. Now McCullough underneath, backing down Holland. He goes up and over him with the size advantage, and McCullough with 4 quick points for the Owls in the first minute of the second half puts them up by 9. I believe tied for their biggest lead thus far. Holland in the corner with Lux. He goes all the way over. Torres. Torres falls down, but he gets it back. Shot no good, and so that's the first time we've seen somebody slip on that side of the floor. Catch and shoot 3, Williams. Easy points in front of his bench. Timeout called by Ed Silva. The Owls up to a rip-roaring start to this second half. 46-34, the lead for UMPI. back here at UMPI. Fast start for the Owls for this half, off to a 7-0 run. McCullough with 4, and then Dwayne Williams buried a 3, prompting the Ed Silva timeout. Scoop layup there from Lux is off the mark. Up ahead, Jones puts it on the floor. Now to McMichael. The lay-in is good. The Owls continue to grow their lead. Now the biggest lead of the afternoon for them, 48-34. And he loses it. Ball on the floor. Nothing doing, some bodies down. Underneath they find Lux as everybody left their man looking for this loose ball. Lux can't finish, tipped around, and it'll stay with the Nor'easters at 15 on the shot clock. 2 minutes and 10 seconds into this one.
That's dangerous. You guys called on us that day?
So it'll be sideline out of bounds. Old Jelly in the lane, kickouts. James, the leading scorer for UNE, in and out on the jump shot from the baseline. Jones to Mendez. Gene Mendez backing down his defender. Kick out. McCullough will try a 3 wide open at the top, off the mark, and it'll go out of play unharmed. So the UMPI still with a 14-point lead, their biggest of the day. And UNE still looking for their first points of this half. UMPI has started on a 9-0 run.
Good.
Stopping in the lane, they kick out James. Holland back to Torres. Down to the corner with Boulay and back to Holland. He drives. Good defense by Williams. Staying tough. Tough shot there, forcing him to take it. And nothing doing for UNE. Still looking for their first points of this half. Jones' jump shot is good, and UMPI on fire right now from the field. Haven't missed much at all, if any, in this half of play. Scoop layup, no good. So UNE has gone cold, UMPI has gotten hot. McMichael looking for 2 more, he gets it. 52-34, the Owls firing on all cylinders, a 13-0 run to start this period. James, back to Holland. Boulay trying to stop the bleeding here for the Nor'easters. Stops in the key. He kicks out a 3. It's short, but a rebound. And they will draw a foul. So UNE will finally have a chance here to stop the droughts. Going to the line for 2 is Adrian Torres.
Good work, boys. Good work.
Now, UNE looking ahead at their schedule. After today, they finished their season with 18 straight conference games. 18 in a row. This is their last non-conference game of the year. 7 games into the season. They played 25-game schedule, 7 non-conference, and 18 conference. And I kind of like that out of the Conference of New England, formerly known as the Commonwealth Coast Conference. But I like that many league games are played and count in the standings toward playoff seeding. Of course, every game matters and counts, eventually with tiebreakers and whatnot, but I like the more league games, the better. Williams wants another 3, same spot he made one earlier. It's short. But we saw the knack this year. Well, that'll be a player control call against Boulay. Williams in the right spot at the right time at midcourt. UNE disagrees, of course. That happened right in front of the table. I'll get a second look here and report what I see there as other than what happened in fast action. But he did establish guarding position. He did. Absolutely. And that is what you need. And so Coach Silva disagrees, but that is, in my opinion, and under my understanding of the rule, that player control was the right ruling there. But it's a 17-point lead for UMPI. But as I was saying, the NAC increasing their league games this year. The Owls now play 13, I believe 12 counted last year and 10 the year before. In and out there for McCullough. And I say counted very loosely, as in counts towards playoff seeding, not including tiebreakers, as a foul call against UMPI. So Torres will have another 2 free throws coming up. Was 2 for 2 his trip before. Free throw is good for Torres. Short on the second one. Williams. Gene Mendez loses it but gets it back. Now he'll drive, hands off underneath McCullough. Lay-in is good, and the Owls continuing to be efficient here in the first less than 5 minutes of this half. 15-15 to go. They lead 54-36. Power kicks out James. High arcing hook shot is good. That's a tough shot to make, but nice touch from Kakaure James. Hesitation move, Gene Mendez to the rim, no good, banked out. And UNE looking to push, but he'll wait for reinforcements. McCullough forcing the steal, but they get it back. Power, open for three, they're gonna let him shoot, no good. Jones pulls down the board. Saquon Carswell will get his first minutes of this half here. First minutes in a while, I should say. He did start the half. Williams, corner pocket three, yes! The Owls flying high right now as a team. Up ahead, Jones forcing the steal. The lead continuing to grow up to 19 now. Another extra pass to Williams. Can't get the layup to fall, and he'll have 2 free throws. So Kakaure James will be booked there. And it'll be Dwayne Williams for a pair of free throws. 14-10 to go here in the game. UMPI off to a rip-roaring start to this half. It was 39-34. And they have outscored UNE 18-4. Make it 19-4. And they have been shooting outstanding in this half from the field. 66.7. Making 2 out of 3 shots here in this second half. Struggling overall. They struggled in that first half, 33.3%. McMichael misses the jumper, had a good look. Up ahead, Power takes it to the rim. 18-point lead. Gene Mendez makes the pass, now takes it to the rim, lays it in. Nice touch by Gilbert Gene. And UMPI gets it back to a 20-point advantage, 60-40. Traveling call against Torres, continuing to struggle with footing is UNE. And I thought it had something to do with the end of the court, what end of the court we were on, but clearly that is not the case. There's no correlation there. Only UNE has struggled with their footing in this one. Haven't seen UMPI slip much at all. Gene Mendez for three from the top. That is his shot. He makes a drop. 63-40, the Owls lead. Continues to grow. Up top, Hulland will settle for an elbow jumper. Nice shot by Jimmy Hulland. 63-42. Aki McMichael, now Miles Jones, back to McMichael. In a tough spot, goes over, corner pocket. Gene Mendez thought about shooting it, then he drives, but then loses the handle. UNE creates the steal there. Curcio stops at midcourt, gets it back to Power. He'll go up ahead. Power elevating, no good. Mendez with the board, up ahead, McMichael. UMPI still looking to push, has Curcio, Torres on him, shot no good, around and out. Curcio and Carswell track it down. Saquon wins the battle. They swing, extra pass, Williams for three, off wide to the right. And that would have been a huge sequence had he gotten that to fall. 21-point lead, that is, for UMPI. Hulland will try a three, made a jumper earlier, but no good. Lob pass up ahead, Williams working with Hulland. Nice take by Dwayne Williams. Timeout called by Coach Dan Kane, a 60-second timeout, but the Owls feeling good right now, up by 23 with 12:04 to go. And they continue to play well in this second half, 65-42. UMPI with a huge lead now, 23 points. They are in front of UNE, having gone into the locker room with just a 5-point lead, and UNE led at 32-30 at one point. Foul called here on the first possession out of the full timeout, and it'll be a free throw upcoming for Adrian Torres. He's had been busy for the charity stripe, at least his third trip here in this half. 4 for 6 on the line today. Making 5 of 7. He was 57% going into this afternoon. We'll improve that clip. In and out on the second, couldn't get the roll. Bryce Lawrence with the board for UMPI. Carswell. UMPI out there with Williams, Lawrence, Carswell, Yamashita, and Gene Mendez. Yamashita swings it. Carswell, skip pass all the way over. Gene Mendez calls for it. He was wide open. Underneath finds Lawrence. Nice spinning spinorama for Bryce Lawrence. And he makes the layup. Biggest lead for UMPI here. Said that a lot. Another slip and fall. They get it back. Curcio underneath. Tough angle for him. Can't get it to go. Lawrence takes it into the front court for UMPI. Leading by 24. Yamashita, the top of the key. Out underneath with Lawrence. Williams wants another. In and out. Melik is back in for the Owls. So Williams, Carswell, Yamashita, Melik, and Lawrence. UNE out there with Curcio, Power, Thornton, Josh Valley into the game for the first time. Had to look down at my chart for him. And then Henry Stewart. Power goes up. No good. Melik with the board. Yamashita underneath Carswell. Strong presence in the paint. Loses it. It'll go straight out of bounds, they say. And back over to UNE. McCullough will come back in.
Good job, Dwayne. Good job.
Dwayne Williams will exit. Has had a good second half. Valley gives way to Stewart's. Stewart spins, working around McCullough. Tough shot, gets his own board, lays it back up and in. So Henry Stewart gets the second effort. Melik up ahead, looking for some help, gets it to McCullough. Now Saquon Carswell up top, back to Charlie Melik. Yamashita, he's open for three. Don't leave him open, but he misses. McCullough with the board, trapped by a couple of defenders, and will turn it over. Thornton up ahead. He's trying to go all the way to the rim. No good. Yamashita there for the rebound. He sees up ahead McCullough, but too much out of control there. As Coach Kane tells him just to take it a little easy. UMPI up ahead here by 22. Don't need to force anything in the fast pace department. Melick almost gets the steal there. Stewart not on the same page with Valley, and they turn it over. So UNE, an otherwise good team in the turnover margin category, averaging plus 8.2 on the season. We'll pull up to see what that margin is today. Lawrence in the corner, all the way over to Yamashita now underneath. Carswell looking for the lay-in, no good. Stewart slips and falls, and a foul against Carswell. That'll be his third.
Tough one, Steve. You'll get
9:19 to go in the game. Curcio, hesitation move, tough angle, almost got it to go off the glass. Yamashita will pull it down, settle it down, that is, and they'll set up an offense here. Melick facilitating underneath McCullough. Saquon Carswell left open, lays it in for UMPI.
straight up, straight up, straight up.
Underneath, Stewart's fouled. So going back to the turnover. So that is the fourth foul on Saquon Carswell. UMPI still leading by 23, but talking about the turnovers there, UNE averaging going into this game plus 8.2. Averaging 8 more than their opponents. But today, UMPI wins the turnover margin by 7. So they trail by 7 and 17 turnovers for UNE. UMPI with 10. Normally, it's exactly opposite that if you go by UNE's median clips. Melick up ahead, Carswell. Lawrence, top of the key. He drives, jump stop, back out to McCullough. We'll try a three. Too strong, rebounded by Carswell. Tipped around in the air, a little out of control here, but UNE will get it back. Lobbed underneath, Lux up with Melick and McCullough guarding. Give it to James, he kicks out. Carswell will try to close on Stewart. He misses the corner three. And Lawrence will take it up ahead, slowing it down for UMPI now. Could just play a little more conservative than what they had been doing to get to this lead. Now, with this lead, they can play more conservative. Stewart will can a jumper in transition. 69-48, 21-point advantage. Melick back to McCullough at the top of the key. Swung into the corner. A three from Yamashita, around and out. 4 UMPI players ready to come back in with 7:38 to go in the game. Here's a three. Got it. Timeout called by Coach Kane. Wants to get those subs in the game. It's a 30-second timeout. 69-51. Dwayne Williams to take it out for the Owls. Can run baseline, gets it into Jones. They try to handle the press here. McMichael, tough spot, fits it into Gene Mendez. McCullough, spinorama, lay in, yes. Doug McCullough having a half. So a good time out there by Coach Kane. I'll be back to a 20-point lead. Getting his starters back in there. Stewart drives baseline, kicks out. Here's a three from Torres, short. Williams with the board, quick outlet to Gene Mendez, but they'll have to slow down as UNE does a good job getting back. McMichael swung. Gene Mendez back to Williams. They work it around here. Gene Mendez thought about the open three, up fake, now will drive, back to Jones. He's open in the lane, short off the front iron. I'm sure Miles would want that one back. It was a good look after a good possession, ball movement-wise. Stewart settles for a fadeaway J, gets it to go. He's had the touch as of late. Coming off the bench here in this second half. Henry Stewart up to 7 in the game. McCullough, long two in the corner. No good. Lux with the board. That's the first time we've seen an UMPI player slip all day, as going down there was Williams. Short on the long two. Gene Mendez at the free throw line with Jones, now back out. Michael has it to Gene, underneath. Nice reverse by Doug McCullough. And his total continuing to grow. Owls now with 4 players in double digits. Doug McCullough up to 15 in the game after that basket to lead UMPI. Dwayne Williams to Gene Mendez. Out to McMichael. Lobs it over. Gene Mendez, McMichael, short corner, nice job, but a rejection there from UNE. I couldn't catch who it was that elevated, but a good possession for UMPI, but then they couldn't finish after that block. Going down to the floor is James. Nice handles from Gene Mendez, has plenty of time. He's just gonna lay it in, wisely so. Teammates giving him some gripe for not slamming it down, but had the plenty of space, decides to just take the sure points. 75-53, 4:49 to go, a full timeout. (75-53). The Owls with the lead, 4:49 to go. UMPI still out there with their starting 5, trying to close this one out. Curcio underneath, nice find, gets Boulay open for the lay-in. And UMPI will throw it away. UNE cutting into the lead now, under 20 for the first time in a while, or right at 20. Almost a steal. Federico into the game for UNE. UMPI pulls it up ahead. McMichael has time and space. He lays it in. Under control there with Aki McMichael. And he eclipses double digits. Logan Migliori, Charlie Mellick ready to come in for UMPI. Curcio gives to Valley. Federico along the baseline. Curcio, corner three, well short. Rebounded by Gene Mendez. Owls getting ready to send 4 players into the game as well. McCullough, Gene Mendez back up top with Doug McCullough. McMichael. Good ball moving for UMPI here. Get it out to Williams. McMichael, McCullough back to Williams for 3. He cans it. Great possession. They took down all of the shot clock. 80-55. Curcio, tough take, did it all himself. Lays it in high off the glass. That was a crazy finish. 80-57. And UMPI will take a timeout to get their guys in with 2:46 to go. And they lead by 23, looking like they will close this one out. So the Owls out there with some new guys. Javier Ozowski Freyre, Charlie Mellick, Logan Migliori, Joel Hodge, and Alish Moreno are in as the Owls get some of their hard-working players some much-deserved minutes here as they lead by 23. Some new players in for Uni as well. Derek Diaz-Pabon. Zach Federico, he was out there. Henry Stewart's been out there. He takes a jumper, no good. Trying to get everybody's name here. Nolan McKenna Hansen is in. And Dalton Donovan rounds out the 5 for UNE. Hodge up top at the free throw line. Nice find underneath Charlie Mellick from Joel Hodge for 2. McKenna Hansen underneath with Alish Moreno defending him. He finds Pabon. Pabon now back to McKenna Hansen. He lays it in. Nolan McKenna Hansen for 2. So the Owls will improve to 5-2, continuing on their best start in years. Going into UMFK, who they will host this Wednesday. That'll be a doubleheader, women and men. Women at 5:30. Migliori tries a 3. It rattles out. Here's a 3 for UNE, no good. Rebound by Diaz-Pabon, but the Owls pull it away. He went up for the rebound, that was. Migliori, Mellick, Joel Hodge, Ozowski Freyre, crossing over, he drives, off side of the lane, kicks out Migliori. Freyre for 3, no. Logan Miggs with the board. Hodge Ozowski Frary along the baseline, swings it to Melik. UMPI almost a perfect possession here, taking everything down. Melik tries the jumper, no good, gets his own board. Nice hustle play from Charlie. Inside, Joel Hodge is blocked. He gets it back and will lay it in. Joel Hodge, a fan favorite, fighting for every bit of those 2 points, and he gets the crowd to their feet here in the final seconds of this game. Ozowski Frary with the board here. 84-59, looks like they'll just hold, and that is the instruction Coach Kane gives Logan Migliore. The Owls come in with a stellar second half of play. It was 34-39 in favor of the Owls, and they just go off here in this second half. 84-59 is your final, as the Owls end up scoring 45 second half points and will improve to 5-2 on the season. That's going to do it for us today. Again, the Owls 84, UNE 59.